Hello, you three. How are you? I hope you're all fine. Today, we're going to talk about our English project. There are two parts to this. I will start with this part today, the introduction, and Miss Layla will continue and guide you through. So, today, we're going to look at non chronological reports, and we're going to be talking about a specific animal, and I'll be guiding you step by step on how to get started with your project. So this project, it's about your favorite animal. And as I mentioned, you'll write a non-chronological report for that. Your draft is due on the 21st of May. Okay, so today is the 17th. So you have a few days to work on your draft and submit it. And your final poster is due on the 4th of June. Okay, so here's the task. You have to create a non-chronological report display poster about your favorite wild animal. As I just mentioned, wild animal. So this animal can be currently living or extinct, but it can't be a pet or domestic animal. So you can't talk about a cat or a dog or a turtle. Okay, it has to be a wild animal. Use the checklist to ensure you cover all features of a non-chronological report. Your poster design and content should be aimed at the audience of students in Key Stage 2 at BICC. Your poster does not need to be in a rectangular format. Miss Leila will tell you a little bit more about this in terms of the format and how you could submit your poster. But let's get started with the actual plan. Okay, there will be a graphical organizer. You need to do your planning. Again, we'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit. And I just mentioned that your final poster, your final project is actually due on the 4th. Okay, so just let's refresh the features of a non-chronological report. We mentioned that we do have a heading along with an introduction. We spoke about the subheadings. So for each paragraph, you have a subheading. And we spoke about the images. Images are very, very important, as we mentioned. Of course, we have our paragraphs. Don't forget the did you know box or fact box. And of course, our images have captions, a little bit of details about the actual image, and of course, technical vocabulary. So vocabulary related to our text. Okay, so here's the checklist. Remember, the checklist is very, very important because once your teacher marks your work, she goes through each and every point and she gives you a mark accordingly. So if you have a bold heading, then you get a mark here. You get a tick here. If you have an introduction, another tick. If you have your subheadings, you get another tick, and so on. Okay, again, Miss Leila will guide you through this one. We'll guide you through this in detail. So today we're doing the report planning. Okay, but just briefly, we spoke about this before. So we have an introduction, we have subheadings, we have paragraphs, a topic sentence, and a topic sentence at the beginning of each paragraph. Don't forget to write it in present tense. We spoke about the technical vocabulary, the fact box, pictures, diagrams, quotes, captions, and an interesting layout. A clear and easy to read layout and content that suits the target audience. Okay, let's now get started with the actual plan. So what you have to do, make sure you print this paper out and you fill it out. And don't forget, this paper is due on the 21st of May. Okay. We just mentioned that. Okay. So for the very first step, what you are required to do, you are required to think about the animal you want to write about. So I thought about it and I thought that if I write about hedgehogs, it's going to be quite interesting. So I chose hedgehogs to start off with. Okay. So after you chose your animal, you research and you read about the animal. So Miss Sarah already, she researched and she read about hedgehogs. After you research and you read, you are going to come up with your subheadings. So Miss Sarah used Google to research. I will show you how you could research in a bit. So Miss Sarah used Google to research and to find a lot of information about hedgehogs. So after I researched, I came up with the 4 subheadings. So my 4 subheadings were appearance, diet, habitat, and helping hedgehogs. Don't forget, you must include 4 subheadings. So after your research, think about the 4 subheadings you want to write about, along with the interesting fact box. And make sure you only select 4, okay? So it's not more than 4 and it's not less than 4. We want 4 subheadings. Okay, so after I selected my 4 subheadings, Miss Sarah, she went on and she started filling in the boxes. So for my first paragraph, first box, first subheading, Miss Sarah wrote appearance. For the second subheading, Miss Sarah wrote diet. For the third subheading, Miss Sarah wrote habitat. And for the fourth one, helping hedgehogs. Okay, and of course, don't forget to start off with your actual animal in the middle. So the animal you selected, make sure you write it as your subject. Okay, so let's get started. How are we going to research? So the very first thing you have to do is open up your browser. So your browser, it could be Google Chrome, or it could be Internet Explorer, or if you're using an Apple laptop, you'll find Safari. So you could select any of the 3, depends which is available, and type in your URL, okay, or the search bar at the top, www.google.com. Then you have to click on enter, and this should appear. After that, you have to type, so remember the very first one is we're talking about appearance. So Miss Sarah is going to do a little bit of research about the appearance. So Miss Sarah will type, what does a hedgehog look like? Okay, or you can type the appearance of a hedgehog. Okay, then you click on Google search. After you click on Google search, something like this should appear. Okay, and then you can start reading. Hedgehogs appear, blah, 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 blah. Then you read. You can click on the links, you can explore. So let's say Miss Sarah finds this quite interesting and she wants to go and read more information. So Miss Sarah would click on this link, and after she click on this link, something like this should appear. So Miss Sarah will start reading about what does a hedgehog look like. After she reads about what does a hedgehog looks like, after she reads about the hedgehog and what does it look like and what it looks like, she'll start filling in her report plan. So our first box, first paragraph, first subheading is appearance. Remember, bullet points. In our plan, we only use bullet points, and then we'll convert the bullet points into an actual sentence and a paragraph, and it's going to end up as a paragraph. And Miss Layla will speak to you more about that in tomorrow's session. Okay, so after I read about a hedgehog and how it looks like, I filled in my first box. So Miss Sarah wrote, as it's as big as 32 centimeters or as small as 10 centimeters. It's small, it's spiky. Adult hedgehogs are covered in long spines along their backs and sides. They have around 5,000 to 7,000 spines. Regarding the color, it's either brown or black and white. Okay, so this is concerning the appearance. I wrote a few points, bullet points, as you can see, points, not paragraphs or sentences, bullet points. And then now I'm ready to go on to the second paragraph, diet. You'll repeat the same process again. You go to Google, open your browser, type this in your URL, and then you type, what do hedgehogs eat? Or you can write something like, the diet of a hedgehog. Okay, after that, again, you're going to read about it, click on enter, read about it, come back to your report plan, fill in this box about the diet. The same thing applies to habitat, which is our next box. As you can see, habitat. Okay, you research and you find information, you write down a few bullet points. Remember, bullet points for your report planning. Then you move on to your fourth paragraph, helping hedgehogs. If you type helping hedgehogs, how can we as human beings help hedgehogs? Again, you're going to read. After you click Google search, you read. Then you write a few points about how can we help hedgehogs. Okay, after that, we have our interesting facts. So for our interesting facts, again, we're going to Google, we're going to research and write interesting facts about hedgehogs, then Google search, read, and then, okay, it's the same process. You repeat the same process again and again. So some interesting facts, again, write it here. You can write 2, 3, 4, 5 facts, okay? It's totally up to you. And for our last one, pictures or diagrams. Okay, this is done a little bit differently. So what we do here, we go to Google, then you have to write pictures of a hedgehog, Google search. After you click on Google search, please click on images. If you click on images, it's going to bring you some pictures and images of a hedgehog. After you click on images, something like this should appear. Okay, let's say Miss Sarah, she likes this picture right here. Such a cute hedgehog. And Miss Sarah wants to save the picture. How is she going to do so? Okay, so you're going to right click, save as, save image as. Then you're going to go to the desktop and then you can name it as hedgehog and then you're going to click on save. Okay, so it should appear on your desktop. You'll go to your desktop and you're going to find your picture there. Okay, so these are the steps on how to save your image. Okay, then you're going to attach your little image to your diagram. You can print it out and you can stick it here. Of course, you're going to need more images. Remember, the more images you have, it's going to be better because it's going to make the reader understand things better. Okay, so that's it for today. Concerning your homework, regarding your homework, you're going to select an animal. Remember, it can't be a pet or a domestic animal. So it could be a tiger, it could be a lion, okay? It's totally up to you as long as it's not a pet. Then you're going to start researching about your animal and you're going to think about your subheadings. You're going to think about your 4 subheadings and all of these are due by tomorrow. So it's going to be due on Monday. So Monday, the 18th of May, make sure you send me your points. And Miss Leila tomorrow, she'll guide you through and she'll tell you more about the actual project when it comes to writing your paragraphs and your presentation and presenting your project. Okay, thank you so much as always. Thank you so much for your time and efforts and see you soon.